What type of songs with inappropriate lyrics should be avoided for the father-daughter wedding dance? Are there any specific examples of popular songs that are problematic with the lyrics on being unsuitable for the occasion? Music plays a crucial role throughout your entire wedding day. Some of the most anticipated wedding moments, such as the walk down the aisle, the first dance, and the reception party, and accompanied by songs highlighting the importance of selecting the right music.
While many great wedding songs exist, some are best avoided. The first dance tune is a great example. Some options sound sweet, but are really highly appropriate. Another one you want to choose carefully is the father-daughter dance song. Have you thought about the significance of each song? Are there any lyrics that might be misunderstood or come across as inappropriate? What message do you want each song to convey on your special day?
Listen now and discover selecting the perfect father-daughter song wedding dance, avoiding inappropriate songs. These are Wedding Insider secrets for a stress-free, fun, and memorable day. Our podcast helps engaged couples navigate wedding planning complexities while addressing family expectations. We'll guide you through the journey of creating the perfect wedding day without unnecessary stress. Get concise tips on budgeting, wedding party management, ceremony, reception planning, and more. Perfect for anyone planning a wedding, all in 30 minutes or less. Trust us, you don't want to miss this.
Welcome to Stress-Free Wedding Planning, the podcast that will transform your wedding planning journey from chaotic to enchanting. Sal and Sam bring over 80 years of combined wedding expertise and exclusive insider information to the table. If you're recently engaged, feeling the pressure of wedding planning, struggling with family expectations, but still dreaming of a joy-filled wedding, you've come to the right place. Get ready to unveil the best-kept wedding secrets, discover practical tips and strategies, and learn life-changing lessons for a stress-free wedding. Your unforgettable wedding day awaits. We're here to take you on a transformative journey of love, laughter, and memories. So don't miss out on the podcast that just might change your life. This is the Stress-Free Wedding Planning Podcast with Sal and Sam.
Learn more about our experience and the journey to help you with stress-free wedding planning in the trailer or pilot of this podcast.
And today's edition, selecting the perfect father-daughter wedding dance, avoiding inappropriate songs, is brought to you in part by Clear Vision Productions and the Wedding Styles of Connecticut Wedding Shows. That's weddingstylesofct.com. But first, if you have a question or concern, go now to Facebook and join us on the Stress-Free Wedding Planning community and ask away. You can also join us on YouTube channel. Just search for Stress-Free Wedding Planning Podcast. Subscribe and get it first.
Well, today I've been excited to do this particular edition because we're going to talk about father-daughter wedding dance songs. We're going to talk about songs that may be inappropriate to use for this. So I'm going to kick things off. Now, John Mayer has a song called Daughters. And why you might want to avoid it? Well, here's a theory. John Mayer was supposed to have written this song, so he said in an interview, because he thought women didn't receive enough love from their fathers, which impacted their ability to show love in romantic relationships in their life. So just because the song has daughters in it may not make it appropriate. Now, some people speculate that John Mayer was speaking from personal experience, urging dads to be better fathers so women can be better daters. I don't know, but that's what they speculate. So what can we use instead? Sal, I absolutely love Elton John's Your Song. It is a beautiful song. And if you've seen the movie, you'll understand how the song came about. It's a beautiful choice. Now, another one that might be appropriate is from the Beatles. It's a song called She's Leaving Home. So please, go look these songs up and see if they are appropriate for your particular event.
This song that I'm about to mention, has been used many times for the first dance song. And let's be honest, that's where it belongs. It's called Perfect. And it just doesn't seem like it should be something that you should be dancing with your dad. It seems more of a romantic thing where it should be left to a couple and that is it. But I've actually had to play this for a father-daughter dance, and I tried to talk my bride out of it, but she loved the song and had to have it. But it felt very weird to play this song for that particular instance.
If you think that it's appropriate for that particular dance, of course, use it. But there are other suggestions that you can use. Now, a very popular one, Sal, you and I have been doing this for years. Remember when Butterfly Kisses from Bob Carlisle was like the most sought after wedding dance for father-daughter?
Oh, it was crazy when that thing came out. Everybody wanted to have it. It was unbelievable.
Everybody. Now, although it's an iconic dance from the 90s, sometimes the lyrics of it are not best fit for a relationship with your dad. Listen to the lyrics. They may be appropriate for you and your dad. And also, we like to suggest some of these songs are good for stepfather and daughter song as well. Now, alternatives to Butterfly Kisses. And you might want to think of an alternative because it's been used so often. And that might be She's a Rainbow by the Rolling Stones. Yeah, not the sort of popular song that you might thought of, but listen to it and listen to the lyrics. And my personal favorite is the Phil Collins, You'll Be in My Heart. And I think that's from some Disney movie that he did 200 years ago.
Yeah, so something else about Butterfly Kisses, too, that I want to add, Sam, is I've had to edit that song in the past for our Jewish friends who didn't like the word Jesus in there, so we had to mix it out. Sometimes the bride doesn't think about that and tells you at the very last possible second that you didn't know they were Jewish. They weren't doing anything else Jewish, so you had no idea this was happening. And then we had to cut out Jesus just to appease them, which is, that's absolutely fine. But you should really know the lyrics of every song that you're going to, use for important aspects of the wedding, so there's no issues. Another one is Daddy's Little Girl by Michael Bolton. Just like Butterfly Kisses, this Michael Bolton pick is another popular one for weddings, but just because a song is common doesn't mean it's right for you. If you think a super sappy ballad is the good fit for you, go for it. If it's not, don't feel like you have to be pressured to do this. It should be right for you. Kind of like your first dance. You want something that you and your significant other is always going to remember. And I think the thing should be the same thing for the dad. Play something that you're both going to remember forever and be happy with afterwards. Other things you could use instead, Bruce Springsteen, When You Need Me, very popular. It's a great song and it works out really well. Another really good one is Louis Armstrong, What a Wonderful World. You can't go wrong with that. It's a classic. And I can't think of anyone who doesn't love Louis Armstrong.
You're absolutely right there, Sal. So another one before we take a break is a song that I sometimes have clients suggest to me to play during the reception. I always try to tell them, do you actually understand the lyrics behind it? And it's from The Police, Every Breath You Take. It's a song that you might want to avoid because it's not a love song. I'm a big fan of The Police. I went to see them in concert, not only in England, but over here too. So I've followed them from the very start. And that song, if you listen to Sting's interviews, he plainly says that this is not a song about love. It's about him and his jealousy to his ex-wife. He would actually follow her around because they were getting a divorce, and he was just crazy mad, still in love with her, and he didn't want to divorce her, so he wanted to follow her around and see what she was doing. And that's creepy, whether it's for a first dance or for a father-daughter dance. So understanding the reasoning behind some of these lyrics can definitely help you, but there are many other songs. I won't even go into a list of what other songs you can choose, but I would definitely avoid The Police and Every Breath You Take. So we've just explained about some of the most inappropriate songs for the father-daughter wedding song dance and some alternatives that you can use.
Coming up next, even more songs you may want to stay away from, along with some alternatives to use.
This is the Stress-Free Wedding Planning Podcast with Sal and Sam, a podcast for engaged couples concerned about wedding planning and family expectations, but who want to have a stress-free, fun, and unforgettable wedding.
Wedding Tip Wednesday is brought to you by Emerge Cosmetics. Are you ready to emerge? Our line of lipsticks, lip glosses, and mascaras was created to empower and become who you truly are. Strong, beautiful, and confident. Use the coupon code SF1 at emergecosmetics.com for an instant 10% off. That's coupon code SF1 at emergecosmetics.com. Emerge is the true you.
Here's another Wedding Tip Wednesday for you. Tomorrow is Independence Day. Let's celebrate safely. Now, this brings to mind having a celebration on a day that's not a Saturday. Well, thinking of having a wedding on a Sunday or a Thursday, or maybe another day of the week? Plan an early schedule, but not as early as that you have to get up at the crack of dawn. Sunday weddings are notorious for guests having to leave because they have to go to work the next day. The important thing is to plan ahead. Communicate heavily with your venue and share information early and often with your wedding party, family, and guests.
And when you're having your wedding on a weekday or even on a Friday evening, which I consider part of the weekend, you have to keep in mind traffic. So always keep that in mind when you're planning your schedule, that traffic could be something that plays into the factor of your wedding here and throwing time off. And that is another tip from Sal and Sam.
Wedding Tip Wednesday is available on the Stress-Free Wedding Planning Facebook group page every Wednesday. Join the group for free.
This summer, Wedding Styles of Connecticut Wedding Shows is hosting two of the most fun, interactive, and informative wedding planning events around. The Bridal Bash events at Woodwinds in Branford and the Fairfield County Bridal Bash at Pinstripes in Norwalk. Designed for wedding couples to enjoy a fun night out with their family, friends, and wedding party. Whether you are just starting the wedding planning process or putting the finishing touches on your special day, the Bridal Bash combines everything you need and more. You'll experience the best of what Woodwinds and Pinstripes have to offer, along with their hand-picked preferred wedding professionals. You'll enjoy entertainment, dancing, raffle prizes, delicious food, and signature drinks. Get ready for the most exciting wedding planning events of the season, the Bridal Bash events. Save the date for the Woodwinds Bridal Bash in Branford, Connecticut on Thursday, July 25th, and the Fairfield County Bridal Bash at Pinstripes in Norwalk, Connecticut on Thursday, September 26th. For tickets and more information on the Bridal Bash events, go to weddingstylesofct.com. That's weddingstylesofct.com.
And now back to the Stress-Free Wedding Planning Podcast.
Welcome back to our discussion about selecting the perfect father-daughter song wedding dance, avoiding inappropriate songs. Hi, I'm Sam from Atmosphere Productions, wedding entertainment with expert knowledge and the difference in quality. Visit us at atmosphere-productions.com.
Hi, I'm Sal from After Hours Events New England, the leader in making your wedding stress-free. Visit us at After Hours Events of NE.com. Well, we're back here with more songs, that could be considered inappropriate, with some other songs that may be a good alternative. And one is Kane Brown. Kane Brown seems to be very popular nowadays, and he has a song called Heaven. Country music is usually very thoughtful and emotional, and it makes it a very popular wedding genre. We recommend something maybe a little different, maybe a different option, because it talks about lying next to you in this bed with you. I don't know how heaven could be better than this. Some weird lyrics there that you really probably want to stay away from. But alternatives is Don't Blink by Chesney, which is very popular and an extremely popular song for father-daughter dances. I Loved Her First by Heartland.
Good point, Sal. Good point. Another one that you might think that it is a great song, but is definitely not appropriate, is Guns N' Roses' Sweet Child of Mine. We go back to 1989, if my memory serves me right. And, based on the title, it may be something that you want to use. It's a fun rock song. But as it turns out, there's a deeper meaning that is tied to Axl Rose's, the lead singer's love interest, whom he eventually married. So it's more of a twisted love song as opposed to a song that you might want to use for a father-daughter. Now, what can you use instead? Well, there's a great rock song that you can use if you're into that sort of genre. I'm going to kind of stay the same. Is Fleetwood Mac's iconic hit Landslide from 1972, I think it is. But there is a live version, and Sal's going to tell you about that.
Yeah, Sam, there's an alternate version of the Landslide song. It was done live, as you mentioned, and it has at the beginning of it, "This is for you, Daddy." So Stevie Nicks was dedicating this out to her dad, and this just makes for a perfect song at a wedding for the father-daughter dance. "This is for you, Daddy," and going right into this beautiful song. And a very popular song, too. A lot of people really love that one. You know, one to stay away from, and you think it's kind of innocent when you think about it, "Brown Eyed Girl" by Van Morrison. It's a fun little upbeat song, and that's Dad's favorite song. Let's, dance this type of thing. But it's a bit inappropriate. It has a line in there that really doesn't fit for a father-daughter, and it's talking about lying in the green grass. I'm sorry, actually, I got that quote wrong. It's making love in the green grass. That's even worse. So you probably want to stay away from that. If it's Dad's favorite song, play it sometime during dancing. Don't play it as the father-daughter dance. And other upbeat songs you can use. Great song is by Paul Simon, "Father and Daughter." And another one, I know a lot of people make fun of Billy Ray, but Billy Ray did a really great version of a song called "Ready, Set, Don't Go." He wrote it for his daughter, Miley. It's just a wonderful, wonderful song.
And let's move on to another one of those songs that you might want to use, and that's Elvis Presley's "Love Me Tender." Elvis has been pretty big since his movie came out. A lot of his songs have been re-released. But you might want to avoid it, although it is a heartwarming song. It's more typically used as a first dance. Or should I say, it's more typical that you should use it for a first dance, because the lyrics are a little bit too romantic for a father-daughter wedding song dance. So you might want to kind of reconsider that. Great song. Nothing wrong with the song if that is one of Dad's favorite songs and you want to dance with it. But just, again, the lyrics may be a little too mushy. Let's check out some great alternatives. "Always Be Your Baby," Natalie Grant. And of course, you can Google these and go onto YouTube. So what other songs can you use instead of "Love Me Tender" from Elvis Presley? Well, try "Daddy Dance With Me" from Crystal Keith, "A Song for My Daughter" from Ray Allaire, very popular song in the 90s, and something that is recent. We had Tony Becker on our show. She discussed "Dance With My Baby." It's a great, great song. Go back to that particular edition if you want to check it out, edition 43, and you can listen to her interview there.
All awesome suggestions there, Sam. So here's one I think the title almost gives it away that you shouldn't be doing this, and that is Kenny Chesney and "There Goes My Life." It almost implies something bad right off the bat, but people still try to use this song. So move on. And, other things you can use is "My Little Girl" by Tim McGraw, which is an absolutely incredible song. It is a song that I've used for my daughter, Marissa, and myself. Absolutely beautiful. We also have "I Give My Daughter Away," another great song, but you can't go wrong with Rascal Flatts' "My Wish." This is a song that's very popular for father-daughter and even mother-son dances. Great lyrics, great group, sounds beautiful. And of course, it's country. It's got to be country. It's a father-daughter dance, right? There we go with my list.
So let's wrap up one final song that may sound great as a title for a song, and that's George Michael's "Father Figure." A couple of great Netflix documentaries on George Michael, one with Wham, one just with George Michael. Check them out. And the video of this is something you should watch before you decide to have it as a father-daughter dance. It is cringe-worthy. It is not the sort of song that you would use as a father-daughter song. What I would suggest is a little alternative song that is a little hard to find, but I think you can probably pick it up on iTunes, is Amos Lee and "Sweet Pea." Great, great song. Listen to the lyrics. I like it, and I've used it several times at weddings. And "You Are My Sunshine" by Johnny Cash. So those are my alternatives for George Michael's father figure.
So there you have it. We just shared selecting the perfect father-daughter song weddings dance, avoiding inappropriate songs, and how giving thought about the lyrics are important.
Now, as you spend the next week planning your wedding, if you want me, Sal, or our community of stress-free engaged couples and wedding experts to answer any wedding-related questions, then join us in the Stress-Free Wedding Planning Facebook group.
Once you're in, go ahead and share your concerns and worries, and we'll let you know if you're on the right track or if there are some things you need to work on. The link to join us is in the show notes of this edition, or go to Facebook and search for the Stress-Free Wedding Planning Community.
Remember to do something nice for someone today. And if you can't, then do something nice for yourself. If you've enjoyed what you've just heard, leave a review and share it with a friend or someone who would benefit from this information. Until next time, it's TTFN. Ta-ta for now.
Thank you for listening to this edition. A new edition is released every Wednesday. Subscribe and get it first. We'll catch you then. Ciao.
The Stress-Free Wedding Planning Podcast is produced and copyrighted by Atmosphere Productions in association with After Hours Events of New England.
Sponsored in part by Clear Vision Productions and the Wedding Styles of Connecticut Wedding Show Series.